Hello, confident ladies. This is We Are Confident Women 23 coming at you with another video related to college life. This video will be a little quick blurb about the freshman college relationships and just a few tips from experience about how to make freshman year college relationships work. Throughout your college career, you will have short-term and long-term relationships in college, and these are just a few tips that helps make them work. The first tip I have is be sure this is what you want. When it comes to college and relationships, it's amazing how many students will stick around with the wrong people and are at the wrong time in their lives. And I have had experiences like that myself. You need to honestly and objectively look at your college relationship and decide if it's something you want to continue. If you do, then that means you're probably doing it for the right reasons. A relationship in college can pass through a lot of trials and testing of the trust in the relationship. So make sure that when you do start a college relationship that you're at the right place in your life for a relationship, and make sure that you're with the right person because it can affect your academic life as well. Second thing I have to say is gain mutual trust. This is important in any successful college relationship. Without it, your relationship really doesn't have much of a chance. You and whoever you're dating are going to encounter a lot of situations throughout your college career that you will have to put trust in the other person to act appropriately. You're venturing into an unknown era, and a lack of trust leads to paranoia, which usually leads to jealousy, and which leads to rocky times and or a breakup. So different things usually tend to happen once jealousy is involved, but your goal is to build trust. So how do you build trust? Honesty. When you start lying, even in small ways, your relationship is heading in a destructive path. And so don't play the jealousy card. Jealousy is typically spawned from a lack of trust, and it puts you in a position of continually wondering and questioning what your partner is doing. And more times than not, it's you that's assuming the errors. Usually, the partner is not doing what's in your head, or you're not doing what your partner has in their head. So you just have to make sure that you don't just stay in a state of constant jealousy and thriving on the assumption that your partner is going to act in a way that's not going to help flourish your relationship. So if you have trust, that eliminates this assumption. Make sure that you communicate every day. It might seem like a big deal, but it really isn't. You don't have to have long, serious, drawn conversations every day, although you should every now and then. But sending a text, an email, or talking for a few moments on the phone, it only takes a few moments. Any kind of communication is good when it comes to a college relationship. So communication keeps connections alive. If it feels like it's too much of a chore, then the relationship may not be worth keeping. And that's something you should always think about when you're in a college relationship. Phone calls and text messages and video chatting can only take your college relationship so far. You have to be willing to put in the FaceTime. If you're on the same campus, there should be no reason why you don't see each other, but it can be difficult. Make sure that your relationship is not taking over the priority of your academics and your well-being. But if you want the relationship to work, you both have to sacrifice time. Whether that's studying together or eating dinner in the cafeteria together, having breakfast in the morning, walking to class together. It's still a little bit of time that you block off for each other, that you still have a little bit of intimacy. So make sure that you have that one-on-one time, not just meeting at a bar or going to a college party on campus. If this is someone that you want to stay in your life, make sure you introduce them to your friends. If your partner does not go to your school, it's important when you do visit each other that you get to meet each other's friends, because it gives you another perspective of how they are when you're not together, and how meaningful it is for you to be involved in other aspects of each other's lives. So, if you're in the same college, more than likely you will know each other's friends. If not, share some of the same friends. So it's important that you have that one-on-one time with your girlfriends or your guy friends, that you can be an individual. So you got to make sure that you invite your partner out with you and introduce them to your new friends and favorite hangouts, so that you still feel involved with your partner, and it helps your partner bridge that gap that they don't get to see you, and make sure that you both have a common ground. Make sure that you do discuss expectations of your relationship, whether you want it to be short-term or long-term. If you're looking for a lifelong mate, even though you're young, you're either 18 or 19 as a freshman, you shouldn't really be worried too much about long term. This is a time for you to experience life and different people, but you want your partner and you to be both clear on what you expect of each other. So you have to have the same expectations. Don't assume that you both do. Talk about it. It's important. Always keep a positive attitude and the right attitude about your relationships. Approach everything with an open mind. There's going to be fights, there's going to be bickering, there's going to be times of frustration where you just don't want to see that person's face for a while. But you have to realize that your partner is dealing with the same thing. Don't be stubborn or rigid. Approach college and relationships with the attitude that you'll allow yourself to be fluid and adapt. Not all relationships last. Relationships have a course. Either they last for a long time or they don't. Don't take it to heart. Take it as an experience that you've had in life, and you move on to the next one. If it does not last, if it does, that's great. But you have to know that the world is not ending when your relationship does. Make sure that you have your own life. It's important to spend time together and have mutual friends, but make sure you have lives outside of your college relationship. Please don't stay together 24/7, and don't be afraid to meet new people and make new friends on your own. You don't want to be seen as a unit in a college relationship. You want to still be yourself and still be Bobby and Susie, or outside of your group. You want to be Susie by yourself or Bobby by yourself. You don't want to be identified as a unit all the time. So make sure you make a lot of friends. Get involved in different things that interest you and learn a lot in the process. Don't miss out on unique opportunities because you're too focused on one person. This will strengthen your relationship, and which leads me to my last point. Let each other have fun. Don't be the guy or girl that doesn't go out, that stays in their dorm room because your boyfriend or girlfriend isn't there. We know too many people who've done that even in high school and in college, and it's ridiculous. And in most cases, it leads to resentment and feeling that your partner is holding you back. So, at the same time, don't be that person that makes your partner feel guilty or bad when they want to go out and have a good time either. When you're in a college relationship, you should have the best time in your life, and they should too. So, remember, ultimately, your college experience is going to be full of new people, new experiences, multiple relationships, and it's just a test of you learning who you are and the things that you want in a long-term relationship. So, make sure that you balance your school life, and remember that your focus is your academics, but also to nurture the social animal that we humans are. So that's all I have to say. If you all would like further discussion, please put it in the comments below. And remember, as women of confidence, you're radiant and beautiful, and that is because you are of the female form. So let us continue to have this environment of mutual respect, and I'll talk to you guys later. Love, peace, and harmony. Bye.
Transported